Hi, it's Katie here again, and we are going to run through another really fun raw food. All right, I've got my blender again, and we're gonna make something called cashew cheese. Now, I am a real cheese lover. I have to say, when people first started telling me about eating raw, one of the first things that popped into my head was, but I can't let go of cheese. So this recipe will help you incorporate raw food into your diet and let go of traditional dairy cheese. It really is very tasty and very good for you. And on a quick note too, I wanted to touch on why eating raw is so important. There's a lot of research, and it's not new research particularly, but telling us that the nutrients coming from our foods, we're losing a lot of that due to cooking and farming practices. So this is why we talk about organic foods being very, very, very beneficial. And then raw foods. Raw foods are anything that is being put together and kind of cooked, but never being taken above 118 degrees. And in doing that, we keep the integrity of all the vitamins and nutrients. It is more what a lot of research suggests our bodies were meant to be consuming. Okay, so I won't go into any more of that for now, and we'll just get on with the recipe. What I have here is raw cashew nuts that have been soaking overnight in really good water. And I won't go off into a tangent about water, but it's also incredibly important that you start thinking about the water that you drink. It's what our bodies are 80% made up of, and if we're drinking really, really good water and a lot of it, we're also going to improve our health greatly. Okay, so back to the cashews. I'm just going to scoop them out with their water so they're nice and a little bit slimy and mushy, been soaking all night. And we're going to just drop those in with some of the water that they've been soaking in into my best buddy here, my fabulous blender. And that's good. Put this to the side. And then I'm going to add some lemon. And a really easy way to get all of the lemon juice out is to use a fork and just spike it in there. Squeeze all that delicious lemon juice out. And there it goes. And yes, of course, these are organic lemons that I was able to get at the farmer's market just this weekend. Okay, now after that we're going to add onion and pop that in there. And here we have some beautiful fresh basil or basil, depends on what side of the pond you're on. And we're going to throw that in for some beautiful flavor. Basil has, I think, an amazing, almost licorice scent to it. And the taste is, it cleanses the palate, and it really helps complement some of the butteriness. We talked about this with other foods, but it helps set that off. It's a really, really nice combination. You don't have to just use basil. You could use something like lavender, or you could use coriander, lots of combinations. But for today, we're going to use basil. All right. And here I have some baby garlic, which I got at the farmer's market as well. And we'll pop that in. And then an interesting part of this that we're going to add is nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is filled with wonderful nutrients. It's got potassium, magnesium, chromium, selenium. People have been taking nutritional yeast for a long time, and it really is a wonderful component to a healthy lifestyle. And it helps the cashew nuts to get that cheesy flavor. So it really complements what we're doing here. So I'm going to put in the equivalent of about 2 tablespoons of the nutritional yeast in there. And you can probably find this at most health food stores, natural grocery stores. Okay, and then we want to give it some seasoning. So this is my other best buddy in the kitchen, is the herb amare, and that is herbs and minerals that have been steeped in French sea salt. And they let it steep for a year and then scrape the crystals off the top and grind it up, and it's fabulous flavor and quite good for you. So we'll put in some seasoning. Always good. And that's it. How simple is that? Okay, let's put the top on. And Press the button. Okay. So there it is. It's a beautiful creamy color. Little flecks of the basil in there. Smells delicious. And I'm going to show you a really fabulous little recipe, something you can do with this cashew cheese that's wholesome and filling and really fun to make. So we're going to take a Swiss chard leaf. This is a red Swiss chard. And we're going to add some of our cashew cheese right in there. And the cashew cheese, as it is refrigerated, sets up a little bit harder too. So if you wanted it a little bit thicker, you could add less of the soaking water and then refrigerate it for a couple of hours. So I'm adding some cucumbers on top, and then a couple of tomatoes, and a little shake of our herbamare. And then I'm just going to roll that up like a yummy little taco. And that's it. And now I'm going to eat it because it looks really good. That is awesome. I think you're going to love this recipe. Thanks for coming and checking out this raw cashew cheese. Bye-bye.